Hi guys and welcome back to my channel. So I am currently making my way through my Christmas video requests and one of my most requested was actually a gift guide, and I thought, will I do it all separate videos? Will anyone be interested? Probably not. So what I'm going to do is, will anyone be interested? That doesn't make sense. It was my most requested. But I mean, like, would anybody sit and watch a full video? Like, they would be so short because I'm literally just going to rattle off kind of like a list that I've wrote down and thought thoroughly about, may I add. However, I will put timestamps on the screen for like who I'm doing. So I'm going to do mum, dad, boyfriend, girlfriend, sister, brother. However, if there is any other ones that I've forgotten about, I can maybe do like another one in like a kind of part 2, but I just thought these are the kind of, well, I did put on my story like who you would want to see and those were the most requested. So I will now put timestamps for what family member or whatever, and you can skip to that if none of the other ones interest you. But I'm just going to get right into it because I've got a habit of waffling on and I don't want to make this video too long. I will just put out a disclaimer, like before I even start, everyone's different. Like, you could have the most tomboy mum in the world, so I'm not going to be able to get that, and the most girly mum in the world. So obviously take everything into consideration, that not every person's the same. And same with dad. I find dad incredibly difficult, because every dad has like different hobbies and interests, but I'm just going to kind of do a generalised kind of gift guide. So I'm going to start with mum. So first of all, for a mum, you cannot go wrong with candles and like home comforts, like cushions, throws, like kind of things like that, homely things. But obviously you need to choose things that match their like home aesthetic. Obviously if you live at home, like kind of listen out to what they have maybe previously mentioned, if they need more like cushions, candles, that kind of thing. So yeah, I think that's a good starting point. Then I wrote a Pandora bracelet and charm. My mum actually has a Pandora bracelet and it makes presents so much easier, because come birthday, Christmas, like whatever, whenever you buy your mum presents, you know there's like a go-to, like she's gonna want a charm. So it makes it like easier as it goes on, and it's something so sentimental. Like anything happens in their life, like if they get a new job, buy them a charm. If like, I don't know, if they're gonna become a grandma, a charm, you know, that kind of thing. So I just think it's such a good staple gift that you can keep coming back to. I actually did this for pretty much all my family last year, but you can get an illustration drawn of like a sentimental picture or a place. I can put one on the screen that I actually got, was it for my mum's? I'm sure it was my mum's Christmas, of me, mum, Ben and Cameron, and it's like a lineless, like faceless drawing, and she's got it up hanging in the living room, but you can also buy a nice frame for it and it just looks so lovely. And also a massive thing, and this kind of goes across the board for all family members, is like a day out or an activity or something like to do together, because more times than not that person kind of just wants to spend time with you. Like, they'd appreciate that probably more than like a gift. So like for a mum, I think I've actually wrote like examples for each person of like a kind of trip or an idea or something, but like for your mum you could like take them to afternoon tea or a show, or like, I don't know, if they like football, take them to a football game, that kind of thing. And last but not least, kind of following on from that, like a spa day or something, you could pay for them to get like their nails done or a massage or their hair done, or like pay for something that like to treat themselves, if that makes sense. Instead of just handing them money, you can buy, actually, let me find this website. I mean, there's loads of places that do it, so you could probably like just Google it and there's loads, but I found one on TikTok who does like personalised, like you can do holidays or trips or like concerts. She does like personalised things, so you could probably get her like a personalised, oh gosh, I don't think I'm going to be able to pronounce this, Foilux, so Foilux. So like that's just like an example, like an Ed Sheeran concert ticket. Like she kind of does things like that, so I just think that would be really cool to get. So if you were to like get them like a voucher, like get it like a sentimental kind of thing they can keep, as opposed to just being like, PS, we'll pay for your nails. Do you know what I mean? Then it's just a little nicer. So that's mum. So I'm gonna move on to your dad. So I definitely think the first present for any dad is something funny, because I mean, specifically my dad, if your dad is anything like mine, they really appreciate humour, and obviously everyone's humour is different, but I'm sure like most dads are funny, if that makes sense. They all think they're funny anyway, so like depending on their humour, you could get them like a funny t-shirt, a magnet, like something just jokey, like a jokey present off like Amazon. They always appreciate something funny to do with their own humour. Then I also wrote down like something like a home comfort, so something they wouldn't necessarily buy themselves, like a dressing gown, slippers, a like hoodie blanket, like something a guy wouldn't probably sit and think, well a dad or like whatever would sit and think, oh I'll buy that, but it's a nice present to receive, like a home comfort. So I definitely think you can't go wrong with that. That also goes for like candles and stuff as well. They probably wouldn't buy themselves, like you probably have better taste. Yet again, repeating an experience. Take them like, you can, do you know, like those car experiences, cooking classes, like book something together, because you have no idea how much they would probably appreciate just the time with you, and to be able to do that would just be lovely. I also wrote down something to do with their hobbies and like their interests, which I did say like it is difficult because obviously everyone's different, but for example my dad loves golf, football, he's got a motorbike, so anything like that, like golf balls, a personalised like golf bag or a football bag or new boots, or you know, something like that, something that would be of interest to them. Like last year I got my dad a motorbike keyring for his motorbike key, so just like something to do with their interest and their hobbies, because then it's like personal, you know, that it's something that they enjoy without obviously having to like buy them a motorbike. It's just like a touch on what their personality and their hobby is. I've also wrote down cufflinks. So if your dad is the type of person that wears a suit and a shirt to work every day, something like cufflinks is so sentimental. I also think, like, see when people get married, like when daughters or sons get married, when they buy their dad's cufflinks, I think it's so sweet. So I think also Christmas, you can't go wrong, cufflinks. They would love it, and obviously you can get personalised ones or like their favourite brand like cufflinks, like I'm sure like Tommy Hilfiger, or I don't really know who does cufflinks, but I'm pretty sure most like high-end stores and brands do, so you could always do that. And yet again, like I said with your mum, I did this for all my family last year, but getting a picture drawn, I did this for my dad last year as well. I also did it for my dad's fiance. I got a picture that I took when he proposed, so I got that drawn and it's in their house, and then I got my dad one of me, Dad, Cameron and Ben. So yeah, a sentimental. Dads actually really appreciate sentimental gifts, which they don't always show. Like my dad I used to not think to get my dad anything sentimental because I just didn't think he'd be interested, but he actually appreciates it a lot more than you would think. So yeah, definitely something sentimental. And I'm gonna wrap up dad there. So moving on to boyfriends, I sometimes think there's a lot of pressure around, especially these days, around what to get like a girlfriend, boyfriend, because loads of people spend loads and loads of money, which is absolutely fine. Like me and Ben have been absolutely guilty of that, but it's also sometimes nice to go like lower in budget and more sentimental, so I've kind of wrote down like a mixture. So I think their favourite aftershave. You cannot go wrong with buying a guy his favourite aftershave. Of course, it's the same as buying your girlfriend their favourite perfume. Like, it's something so sweet and something you know they're gonna love time and time again, but it's just the thought that you know they're scent and you're gonna gift them it kind of thing. So yeah, aftershave. Another thing, if you want to, maybe you can kind of go all spectrums of budget here, but a watch, like a daily kind of watch, or like a more significant special watch that they'll only wear on special occasions. I think that is something that's really, although it could be taken as not too sentimental, it is, because it's a gift from you. So like every time they look at the time, they're going to think of you, like that kind of thing. So I think that can be quite sweet to get them a watch, something that they can use every day but also has a bit of meaning. You can also get it like engraved in the back if you really wanted to go all out, like if there's a special, maybe if it's your fiance, you could get a date, like that kind of thing. And A memory book. I think this, like, I done this for Ben, I think, for our 1-year anniversary, whether it's like tickets that you went to see something, just printed out pictures, and obviously that's quite low on budget. You literally need to print out pictures, buy some markers and buy a blank book and put it together, and your girlfriend will probably cry. So a memory book, you can't really go wrong, I don't think. Going back to an experience or a trip, I think like a night away in a hotel, like a couple of days away if you've got like a bit of a bigger budget. Yeah, again, I'm just gonna keep repeating myself, but something to do together is always a good idea, whether it's a meal or, you know, that kind of thing. Kind of like what I mentioned about your dad, obviously the male species, self-care things that they wouldn't necessarily buy themselves, like buy them a kit that's like moisturiser and hand cream and that kind of thing, and try and get them into like a flannel, like a personalised flannel with their initials. Like buy them something they wouldn't buy themselves but could really get invested in self-care wise. And obviously you could buy a candle that's personalised, like loads and loads of little things that they would actually really appreciate but wouldn't necessarily think to buy. And yeah, if you want to go like a bit more higher budget, you could buy something from their favourite brand, so that goes for candle as well, or aftershave, or their watch. Like any of those things could be from their favourite brand, or just their favourite shop in general, and that makes it a bit more special because you obviously know the person like loves that brand and loves that shop, and it just makes it seem as though you know that person like inside out, which you probably should if, you know, you're with them. And last but not least, a jokey present. Like I said, this completely depends on their humour and what they would deem as a jokey present, but like last year I'm sure I got Ben things to do on the toilet, like a book. It's literally like loads of different activities to do when you're on the toilet, and I got him a Where's the Pooh. It's like Where's Wally, but like with different poos. Like it's so funny, and that's just his humour all over. So yeah, something jokey that's just sweet and like an inside joke kind of gift. And I'm going to wrap that one up there. I know I'm pure speeding through this and I'm talking so fast, but one, I need to start making dinner because I have panto tonight, so I'm pure rushing through this, and my camera is flashing at me, so I don't know if it's going to conk out, which I'm dead worried about. So I'm sorry if this feels very rushed, but I don't want it to be too long anyway. So, and I do speak fast in general, but I do try and slow down when I'm on this because I'm worried people won't understand. But yeah, so I apologise if I am going to be a bit too fast or whatever. It's a bit late now, but I want to make sure I fit all this in without this video being like half an hour long. So moving on to girlfriend. Going back to kind of like what I said about your mum, something like sentimental that can like you can keep coming back to. So a nomination bracelet, I actually have one. I got it for my birthday, and like I've got a couple of charms that like mean a lot. So like I've got like my birthday, what's that called? Not my horoscope, my star sign. I've got like a Be Happy, which I think is lovely. I've got a Rocket for Rocket Man for Elton John, and then I've got like a Good Luck charm, which I got for Panto. So yet again, another little thing that's so sentimental that like when your anniversary, her birthday, Christmas, whatever a new job, whatever you're gonna get, like whenever you're gonna need to buy her a gift, it's an automatic like a charm. Like it's the easiest thing you could do. Like an easy way to come back to without struggling for gifts, and there's always going to be new charms, there's always going to be one she wants. So yeah, I think that's a really good one. Another one for a girlfriend, I'm obviously saying this as a girlfriend so I can appreciate all of these things. Concert tickets. I think knowing someone she'd like to see and treating her to go, which is obviously an activity to do together, and taking her to see the music and a person that she loves is like the sweetest, like it would be such an amazing gift because it's sentimental in the sense of like, you know, well, you're going to spend time together and you know who she likes and what she'd like to listen to, and then it'll be like the best night of her life if it's somebody she likes as well as you, like her two favourite things like at the same time, you know? So yeah, concert tickets or like a show or something like that. I also think, I've already said this for a few of them, but like the personalised drawing thing, getting like a picture drawn, but I think something which would be so lovely as a boyfriend or girlfriend to receive would be like a drawing of somewhere sentimental, because I'm sure like throughout your relationship you gather pictures and frames like just generally anyway, but something I think so sentimental and different would be like a drawing of your like your first date, or your favourite bar, or like your favourite place in general, or a holiday picture, that kind of thing that like you're not necessarily in, but you would look at and it just transports you back to like a place or a time or a memory. I just think that's so sentimental and so sweet, and like if I got that I'd probably cry. So, or if like if it's your fiance where you proposed, or like something like that, or obviously if you're married where you got married, that kind of thing would be incredible. Also something that would be incredible would be like a spa day or a night away, like at a spa. Your girlfriend would appreciate nothing more probably than being relaxed, because if they're anything like me, they'll be busy and stressed. So yeah, I definitely think like a spa day kind of thing, something basically just to treat them that they wouldn't necessarily buy for themselves. So I definitely think that would go a long way. Yeah, again, something from their favourite brand or shop. And when I say that, I don't mean like if your favourite brand's like, I don't know, Balenciaga, you don't need to go and buy a grand pair of shoes. There's so many little things like a phone case, a hat. Like obviously they're still extremely expensive if that is her favourite brand, or his or whoever's favourite brand. It might not be, it might be like a high street store, like their favourite shop might be like PLT, you know? But I'm just saying, like there's loads of different spectrums you can go to, like budget spectrums you can go down. It doesn't have to be like the most expensive item from their favourite shop or brand. Like it, to mean anything, it wouldn't be like that. It's more to show that you know them and know what they like and their interests and things. And last but not least, I think slippers and pyjamas. Why wouldn't you want those things? Like, I just think pyjamas that you can lounge about in on a lazy day, slippers that like remind you like to put your feet up and chill out, and I'm taking this too far now, but you know what I mean. And then obviously if you want to go like an extra mile, you could always buy them underwear or something like sentimental and nice. But I think that's always a good route. Like I don't think any girlfriend wouldn't appreciate, like even if you don't sleep in pyjamas, you're still gonna wear them. Like on a day off when you don't want to leave the house, what is nicer than a fresh pair of pyjamas to lounge about in? So gonna leave girlfriend there, but I feel like those were some really good options that I know I would appreciate. Benjamin, if you're watching. No, I'm not joking. I'm gonna move on to sister. Obviously I don't have a sister, but I am a sister, I've got a brother. So when I got this one through, I was like, what would I buy a sister? And then I was like, actually, what would I like to receive? So I wrote like a kind of, yet again, kind of like everything I've already mentioned. But I did write perfume because I feel like this is something nice that like a kind of sentimental thing, like I already said about like your parents and stuff. Buying someone their favourite scent like is so sweet, and like whether it's candle or their perfume, I think you can't really go wrong with that. Earrings is a good thing from a sibling, I think, because it will always hold sentimental value. Whenever you wear them, you're gonna know that your family member got you these. I think I bought myself these snowflakes, or maybe my mum bought me them. But like I love these and they just put a smile on my face. So jewellery in general, but I just think earrings from like a sibling is so sweet. If you know that they're like looking for something, I suppose this would maybe work better if it was like sister, but like their favourite lipstick or moisturiser, like if they've got quite an expensive moisturiser, or like a gift voucher for their favourite like beauty shop, or like Beauty Bay, or like something like that is what I mean. Or like MAC, if they wear MAC lipstick, you could buy them a voucher for MAC to go and pick their own, like if you don't really know what shade to get them. But like if they've got like a go-to, like my go-to red is Ruby Woo, so I knew if I needed a red lipstick, somebody would get me Ruby Woo. So I think that's a really sweet one. Slippers, again, from a sibling, perfect gift. An experience. I think this one's quite important as a sibling, because as you get older, like you tend to do things more like with your parents, or I mean I'm speaking from personal experience, like me and Cameron don't like go out for lunch or like, but like we'll sit in the house and like talk and whatever and like chill out, but we wouldn't like necessarily book lunch to go out just the two of us. I don't know if that's because we're like brother sister, but like I think it'd be so nice, like go to a concert, or like I don't know, go to, I don't know, I'm thinking like concert or something like that, or a comedy show. That'd be incredible. Like I think me and Cameron going to a comedy show would be hilarious. But yeah, again, like I say that we wouldn't do things just the two of us, because more than likely we would take along our, like my boyfriend and his girlfriend, and we'd do things as a four. but that's still do you know what I mean? That's still sentimental, so you could get them involved in it or whatever. But I do think it'd be nice to do something just two of you, so I think that'd be a good one, especially like for sisters as well. Spazzy, do a spazzy together, that's so cute. Sometimes wish I had a sister, but then I don't think I could cope. I kind of like being the only kiddo. Then I think, yet again, like the drawing kind of thing, or like a calendar or something personalised, but you could get them like to do with your mum and dad, or like if you've got a family pet, like getting them a drawing of the pet, or like a calendar with pictures of your mum and dad, or pictures of like you growing up. Like that'd be super cute. Like a memory book or something, I suppose, would be really sweet as well, of pictures of you growing up and like special birthdays and things like that. Would be super sweet. And last but not least, as a sister, I would love to receive stationery and like things like organisers, like notepads, and I don't know, like just stationery. I don't know if I'm just like an old soul and I just love organising things and like stationery and stuff. Okay, so my camera stopped recording, but I think I caught the end of what I was saying. So yeah, stationery. I'm going to speed this one up because I'm worried my camera is going to conk out. So brother, I wrote something funny, so like a cardboard cutout. Like I got my Elton John one for my birthday, so like a cardboard cutout of someone they like, or just something funny, or a funny bottle opener, or something with a pun on it, or a mug, or a pint glass, or just something that they'll find humorous, obviously depending on their sense of humour. I also think a voucher, like especially if they've got a partner, so like my brother's got a girlfriend, so I think a good present would be like booking, like giving them a cinema voucher, or a meal out, or like a cocktail night, or, you know, I'm just double checking this is still filming because it keeps flashing at me. Yeah, something like that. I also think I don't know if I'm just kind of saying this because my brother is the type of brother that does this. My brother loves travelling, goes on plenty of holidays a year. So if they have a booked holiday, instead of like giving them money, because I sometimes think like it's not always the best gift, obviously unless they ask for it, and obviously you're appreciative regardless, but it's sometimes nicer to give them something other than money. But like if they've got a booked holiday, you could give them like the money in the currency. So like if you booked Spain, I'd give them like euros, if that makes sense, and like put it in a nice envelope or whatever. I think that's really nice, and obviously something they need, which is always a good present. Yet again, something from their favourite sport, hobby for a start, something from their favourite brand or shop, yet again, just kind of repeating these things now. And what was my last one? Home comforts. Yet again, I don't know many, well my brother wouldn't go out and buy himself slippers, but something like slippers or a house coat or bubble bath, like a bubble set, stuff like that I just think would be so nice. Yeah. So that was my kind of gift guide. I'm sorry that it probably felt quite rushed and sped through. My camera is flashing at me. I don't have much time, but a lot of thought did go into that. I did sit for ages, sitting thinking about it. So I hope you enjoyed my gift guide. Let me know if you use any of these ideas. I would love to see them. Obviously just drop me a message. And yeah, I'm going to wrap this up here and I will see you in my next video. So thank you so much for watching, and yeah, see you soon. Bye!